Hi guys, welcome to my channel Golden Touch, and this is going to be your part 2 of computational thinking in English. So last session we have completed two very important topics. We have discussed about logical thinking and then computational thinking. Very important topics, right? I did told you more than the subject, more than the importance of exam for those two topics. The real importance is using that in our real life. So please try to understand the difference between logical thinking and computational thinking. Try to understand. We are all by default intelligent. Every human is intelligent. Now, we need to understand that intelligence. We need to dissect. We need to decompose. We need to find out what goes behind those intelligent things. So that's what the process of computational thinking is all about. If we could decode the entire process, then I can very well make use of that in my day-to-day life in writing softwares also. Okay, so that's all about logical thinking and computational thinking, and this chapter now still continues with the next topic on data science, because the very objective of using a computer is to process data, and data is the food for my computer. Though data science is seen today as a separate subject, please understand this is the subject which runs my computer, which runs the software field. So this is common again. So for IIT-BS students, please believe me, this is going to be the main crux of your entire degree. You have to understand data science in and out. So in this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about data science so that you have a base understanding of the course you are going to join and the course you are going to study. So what exactly is data science? See, basically data science is all about studying the data through the help of scientific methods, so that I can process the data and retrieve information and make that as the knowledge base for taking decisions at a later stage. So primarily data is unstructured. So what we need to do is we need to make that into a structured data, and once it is in the form of a structured data, then I can apply my mathematical formulas, statistical formulas, and then several scientific methods and retrieve information from that. Now this is the field which is which has made computers famous, and today this field is becoming a major source of income for many companies, the enterprises especially. Lot of companies, the entire commercial industry is today using data as a very important tool to rule the market, to influence the customers, to make sure that they make more money. So primarily these data scientists or the data science people, they use various techniques and theories from many fields, and mathematics and statistics play a very vital role. So what I would suggest is, if you till date if you are not good in mathematics, believe me guys, mathematics is the mother of all sciences. Without mathematics you really can't do wonders. So my suggestion, my recommendation is start loving maths, start loving statistics. So for anything and everything in computer science, information technology, mathematics and statistics are very vital, because without them you cannot work on data. Without them you cannot use data effectively and efficiently. So please understand, data science is all about making your unstructured data into structured data, so that I can extract meaningful information from that with the help of several mathematical, statistical and computational processes. So this is all about data science, guys. So the entire 4 years of IIT-BS, you are going to see various disciplines inside data science to become a complete thorough data scientist who are going to rule the tomorrow's IT world. Coming to the key components of data science, what are the things which are involved in that? So first and foremost is the data collection, which is the source, which is the input. Now without collecting the data, now nothing is possible. Like for example, Met Department collects the data of how much rainfall happens in each and every area over a period of years. Now that is the raw data. Now if that raw data cannot be utilized, cannot be used for analysis, we really can't predict the future. We cannot really plan for future. So we need to collect data, and data collecting can be from various, can be done in various ways. Can be done through automatic ways, or can be done through manual ways. So manual means we do surveys. Like you would have seen in shopping mall, somebody will be standing and saying, "Sir, today parking is free. Just give me your number and address." So you give your number and address, they give you free parking that day. Likewise, so like some people can do surveys. So you fill up the form, we will give you some gifts. So likewise, there are so many ways by which data is collected. So data collection is a very, very important aspect of a data science. And number two, data cleaning. Now whatever data you collected may not be useful, entire data. So you need to clean up the data and ensure that redundancy is not there. Like 2-3 times the same number would have been repeated, the same details would have been there. So I need to remove the inconsistency, redundancy, errors, and I need to make a clean data. We need to do the sorting, we call it as. And once you are done with that, then we need to structure the data. So data cleaning also involves structuring. We call this as normalizing the data. And once you are done with that, you need to do an analysis. So using computational methods through mathematics and statistics, we analyze the data. And then it's very important that you also provide visual representation of the data, because a picture is always worth 1,000 words. So I need to picturize the data in the form of graphs, charts. Fine, using some visual tools, you need to communicate through various stakeholders and to different audiences. These are the components, these are the jobs what a data scientist is going to perform. And apart from that, machine learning is possible only through this data science. So machine learning, I still remember a joke from a college student that a new professor taught him machine learning like this. So he told me, "Sir, today a new professor came. I think he does not know the subject, but he taught us." So I asked him which subject he taught. He said machine learning. So I asked him what did he taught. He said, "Sir, the old people used to read from newspapers. The old people used to read from magazines, libraries. Now we have to read from machines, computers. We have to read from online sites." So he told that this is machine learning. So we were all like, had a big laugh. So please understand, machine learning is not about you learning from the machine. Please understand that. You are not learning from the machine. Machine is learning through the models which you have created, through the analysis which you have done on the data. So machine learning is all about machine applying many algorithms and statistical models to learn from the data which you give, so that machine can start doing predictions and start helping you, or rather coming up with decisions. So machine learns, machine experiments. See, for example, what is machine learning? Let me put it in a different way. See, a Sardarji joke, which I have said in another video also. Fine. He does a research. By cutting one leg of the frog, he finds that the frog, when he says jump, it jumps. He notes down. Then he applies on the next step. He cuts another leg. He says jump, it jumps. Another leg. Fine. He cuts. He says jump, it jumps. Fourth leg he cuts. He says jump. It jumps. Jumps or not, does not jump is the question, right? See, it does not jump. So the Sardarji concludes. Fine. Don't mistake me for the word Sardarji. It's been word used just like that. But again, Sardarjis are very intelligent. It's a joke people use. But as such, the scientist cuts the fourth leg. When he says jump, it does not jump. So he concludes that if 4 legs are cut for a frog, the frog becomes deaf. It cannot hear jump word. Now, research is all about having the knowledge of the data, relationship, statistic models, algorithms, all put together with a proper logical thinking. the scientist is supposed to try the different steps and try to infer knowledge. Now you can understand, I mean, if I don't have the requisite data, requisite knowledge, requisite information, proper statistical models, I will infer a wrong knowledge. Machine learning is also similar to that, but it's not that kind of a mad scientist. If you are creating a wrong statistical model, if you are creating a wrong input, if you are giving a wrong algorithm, obviously machine will also give you wrong information. If your models are correct, if your algorithms are correct, if your data is correct, if then the machine experiments on the data, like the machine is like that Sardar, scientist. If he has the right knowledge, then after cutting the fourth leg, he will try to tell you that there is no action done by the frog, and the action could not be performed because there are no legs. So right information it will come out with. So here the scientist is learning that, right? Similarly, machines can also be made to learn through running various algorithms and models and predictions, and based on that decisions can be made. You have seen that driverless cars, right, from Google and all. So they drive without a driver. So that is done through the data and through this process called machine learning. So machine applies various algorithms and it learns, and this knowledge base which comes out of the learning is what we called as artificial intelligence. So today you know very well DS, from DS you get ML, from ML you get AI. So this is the path by which we learn these new sciences which have become very popular today. Getting this, guys? Fine. And of course one more thing is data engineering. So you need to also engineer the data through different pipelines and architectures, and you need to process the data in the right way. So even see, data engineering is part and parcel of a data scientist. And domain knowledge, I told you, right, the Sardarji example. So if the Sardarji has proper knowledge of the data, he knows how to do data engineering. If he has knowledge of the domain, then he will not do that mistake. So here machine learning is possible only if your mathematical model is correct, if you have a proper data engineering, if your domain knowledge is correct. Getting that? If your data collected is correct, this one. Fine. If you have properly cleaned the data, if you have properly analyzed the data. So all these things are part and parcel, are the key components of a data scientist. So remember these points before you start, or rather learning data science further. Now coming to the applications of data science. Data science is used in almost every field today. Some of the fields I have discussed here. Business intelligence, to take business decisions, like where to open a shop, where not to open a shop, till what time to open the shop, not to open the shop at what time, when we can give freebie, when to not. So like that we can take decisions. Healthcare, even today, pandemics or medicines, anything related to medicine, healthcare is also predicted today. So all prediction analysis and stock holding and orders of ordering the medicines, and when doctors have to be more, when doctors have to be less. A lot of predictions we can do based on that. Healthcare can manage things properly with the available resources. Finance. So data science can be used to detect frauds. You can remove the risk, reduce the risk. So plenty of things we can do. We can even understand the market, emerging markets, segmentation of the customers, segment analysis, and advertising to a particular crowd. Like we saw Diwali, Diwali mein what can be sold, what cannot be sold. So likewise, every time what can be what things will do more business, I need to understand that. So and then social media, how we can use the social media to influence the users. So plenty of places I can use data science. So wherever knowledge is important, wherever data is important, we have a role for the data scientist. That's the reason today plenty of employment opportunities are there for data scientists. And these are the tools and technologies we use predominantly: Python, Java, C++, R, SQL, etc. for data scientist roles. Libraries like Pandas, then NumPy, Skitlearn, TensorFlow, PyTorch, some of the other APIs, other frameworks we use. Visualization tools like Plotly, Seaborn, Tableau, Power BI from Microsoft, and big data technologies like Hadoop, Spark, and database like MongoDB, Postgres, MySQL. See, at this point of time, all this will be Greek and Latin for you. Don't worry. Over a period of time, you will know all these things. At least get to know that these are some of the names which are very famous in the area of data science, AI, and ML. And what are the skills you need to require to become a successful data scientist? Mathematics and statistics is must, guys. I told you, start loving maths. Don't fear maths. It's very important that you understand maths. Programming should be there. That's the reason IIT-BS has two branches. One is programming, one more is data science. So very important skill without which you cannot become a data scientist. And machine learning techniques you need to learn. And then data wrangling, how to prepare data for analysis. And then communication, how to communicate data, effectively with the data to the different stakeholders. So these are some of that's the reason English is also there as one of the main subjects in IIT-BS. 2 papers are there in the foundation course which you need to qualify. So these are some of the basic skills. If you have these basic skills, you can be the best data scientist ever. If you don't have, my suggestion is please improve on this. Got it, guys? Am I making sense? Okay. So 3 topics we have completed. One is your logical thinking, second one is your computational thinking, third one is your data science. So all these 3 topics are general topics. They have nothing to do with the core exam point of view. Neither they are going to make you write the answers properly in the qualifier exam. Believe me, because the questions will not be around that in the exam, objective type exam. Objective type exam will be very subjective. But these questions like what is logical thinking and what do you mean by computational thinking, what are the components involved in it, what is data science, these are going to be the general questions which will keep haunting you till death. People will keep on asking you those questions. To answer at that time and also to answer in the vivas and interviews, you need to have knowledge about those 3 topics. So logical thinking, computational thinking, and data science. Please go through the slides video one more time, several times, so that you get more clarity on this. Now we are going to enter the proper subject, which is the crux of this entire computational thinking. So we are going to talk about 2 very important weapons of a computational thinker. One is the science of algorithms, one more is the science of data. We call this as data science. From the scratch. I'm not so though the words which we have used initially are big tough words which are very difficult. I've tried to make it as easy as possible. But if you look at these next topics, these topics are going to be to the core, to the basics. I'm not going to talk hi-fi now. I'm going to start with the basics of algorithms and the basics of data and the science behind the data. So we are going to go with ground level 0. From there we are going to move on. So just wanted to introduce you one more personality here. Musa ibn al-Khawarizmi. He is considered as the father of algorithm, and his science is what we are going to learn in algorithmic science. And these algorithms are going to use data. I told you, right? That's what machine learning does. It uses the cleaned, analyzed, proper data and process it through algorithms which are based on proper data engineering techniques through different mathematical models and statistical models. We analyze the data and together we create intelligence. We call that as artificial intelligence. So that's how the entire concept is described. And here we are going to first learn the data, the basics of data, and also the basics of algorithms. So with that we will have a clear-cut idea on how to start or how to prepare for our qualifier exam, number one, how to understand programming, number two, and also how to become a proper fine IT professional. So all these questions are going to be answered in the next videos. So let me stop with this. So next video we are going to get into data types plus algorithms which are going to work on the data. Thank you guys.